The controversy continues with who will foot the bill for legal fees in the Crawford County Library lawsuit, the county or the library itself. Well, today the Crawford County Library Board decided to pay the more than $100,000 amount, but some don't want to see all that come from the library system. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer joins us now with what they would rather see instead. Lauren?
Yeah, Crawford County has been ordered by a judge to pay $112,000 in legal fees tied to a lawsuit involving the public library system. In 2023, parents sued the county and library leaders after LGBTQ books meant for children were moved to the adult section. A judge later ruled the books must be returned to their original location. The library board voted to use its funds to pay the fees, despite those who said it would be devastating to the library.
Books could have just went back on the shelf. I mean, that's where they ended up. I mean, we could have solved this problem from the very beginning.
Keith Pigg is a member of the library board, but today is speaking as a patron. He says he doesn't think the library should foot the whole bill. He says taking the full amount from the library would impact its reserves.
It would be drastic. I mean, everything has been taken out already for the budget for the year, but things come up. I mean, in the environment that we're living in right now, there's no telling what could happen. We don't have as much as what we need if something goes wrong.
He says he wants the county to pay at least $40,000. He says the county took that money from the library budget in 2023 to pay the library director to leave.
I know that the library board has met in a special meeting, and based on their discussion, it seems to me that they're agreeable to paying approximately $70,000 of the $112,000, leaving about $40,000 over.
Really hope that they would take into consideration, that they did take that money out, and that that needs to be rectified one way or the other. If everyone's really wanting to make the peace and have this go away, that's a way of doing it.
We reached out to the county prosecuting attorney's office, who couldn't speak today. The Crawford County Quorum Court set a special meeting to address the issue next Monday night. Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
All right, Lauren, thanks. Also developing today, the Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport Authority has filed a lawsuit against the city of Heifel. Lawsuit is alleging misuse of sales tax funds meant for payments to water and sewer bonds. Comes amid ongoing efforts by XNA to detach from the city of Heifel. You can read more on the allegations of misuse outlined in the lawsuit on our website at 5newsonline.com. We'll also follow updates on the case as it moves forward. New expanded protections for kids with food allergies will be going into effect in Arkansas. The governor signing Elijah's Law, making Arkansas the 6th state to put that law in place. Tonight, Maya Ellison shows us how Elijah's Law came to be and why supporters feel it is so very important.
He was in daycare. He had a severe anaphylactic reaction to a grilled cheese sandwich, and he was allergic to milk. So the workers in that childcare setting in New York didn't watch or didn't understand what the reaction was.
Elijah's reaction proved to be fatal, but the family's tragedy birthed a mission to raise food allergy awareness.
All the credit goes to Thomas and Dina for establishing Elijah's Law and foundation.
September 12, 2019, Elijah's Law was signed in New York. 6 years later, the law was signed by Governor Sanders right here in Arkansas. It requires all child care programs to follow stringent food allergy guidelines to prevent, recognize, and respond to life-threatening anaphylaxis and severe allergic reactions.
If the child is vomiting, perhaps it's not because of an upset stomach. It could be because of an allergic reaction. They can't even speak in some cases because they're so young.
Dr. Ashley Stoner with the Little Rock Allergy and Asthma Clinic spends her time helping and educating others on how to save a life.
We place it on the skin and we let it set for 15 minutes. And if there's a reaction, so a large hive that appears with it, packing your kids' lunch so you know exactly what their snacks are, what they're eating. Never hesitate to use the epinephrine.
Stoner tells me it's the first line of defense when fighting a severe allergic reaction. That knowledge is the reason why Elijah's Law can help save a child's life.
Laws like this are really important, will be help protect to make sure that we don't have another tragedy like we did with Elijah.
Was Maya Ellison reporting. Now, the governor also vetoed two bills today. A Senate bill would have required the state to establish mental health programs to help students at risk of harming themselves or others. The governor says she opposed the bill because she believes Arkansans have a right to access personal medical information. Another House bill would have allowed a medical provider to withhold the release of medical records to patients for up to 30 days. Governor says she believes her cabinet secretaries could come up with a better solution than that bill. Woman convicted in the kidnapping and murder of a pregnant mother from Benton County is set to go before the Arkansas Supreme Court tomorrow. Federal court in Missouri sentenced her to life in prison for kidnapping and murder of Ashley Bush. If Amber Waterman also faces trial in Arkansas, she could receive the death penalty. Justices will be deciding if double jeopardy will prevent her from facing another trial in Arkansas. She's already pled guilty in federal court in Missouri and received a life sentence for the kidnapping and murder of Bush. Stay with 5 News tomorrow for any developments to come out of that Supreme Court hearing. Take a look at this new video after a crash at the U of A today. This happening on Stadium Drive right in front of Pomfret Hall. The car ended up down on the sidewalk in front of the dining hall. We're told at least one person was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Still no word on what caused the crash. UAPD is investigating. New at 10 tonight, Oklahoma's Attorney General is asking the state's Pardon and Parole Board to deny clemency for a death row inmate. George Harrison was convicted in the kidnapping and murder of Mary Bowles in 1999 in Tulsa. Harrison had been serving a separate life sentence in a federal prison for a bank robbery, but was returned to Oklahoma last month when Oklahoma set an execution date for June 12th. Hansen's clemency hearing is scheduled for May 7th. President Trump gave an update on the peace negotiations between Ukraine and Russia today. Erica Brown has more on that from the White House, where the administration also predicted a new trade deal with China.
In an impromptu appearance on the White House North Lawn Wednesday, President Trump told reporters talks are underway with China for a potential trade deal.
We are going to have a fair deal with China. It's going to be fair.
Are you talking to them actively now?
Actively. Everything's active. Everybody wants to be a part of what we're doing.
Speculation about a deal boosted the stock market, where the trade war has caused weeks of volatility. At a speech in Washington, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said tariffs are necessary for rebalancing international trade, with China in particular.
China's current economic model is built on exporting its way out of its economic troubles. It's an unsustainable model that is not only harming China, but the entire world.
As the White House pushes to talk tariffs with China, U.S. officials are threatening to walk away from talks to end Russia's war with Ukraine.
We've issued a very explicit proposal to both the Russians and the Ukrainians, and it's time for them to either say yes or for the United States to walk away from this process.
Wednesday evening in the Oval Office, the president discussed where things stand.
I think we have a deal with Russia. We have to get a deal with Zelensky, and I hope that Zelensky, I thought it might be easier to deal with Zelensky. So far it's been harder, but that's okay. It's all right. But I think we have a deal with both. I hope they do it.
Trump would not confirm any plans to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Both leaders will be in Rome Saturday for the Pope's funeral. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
A group of states have sued the Trump administration over international trade tariffs. 12 states are listed as plaintiffs on the lawsuit, which was filed in the U.S. Court of International Trade. They're asking the court now to stop the tariff policy, saying the tariffs are unlawful and brought chaos to the American economy. Lawsuit also challenges the president's claim he could impose tariffs based on the International Emergency Economic Powers Act.